Hi, cousin. Ripley, this one is for you. Right now, I'm feeling a little disappointed as this is the first time my yoga class is empty. So, of course, lesson learned there and opportunity to do some better marketing. But I'm going to also take this as an opportunity to start this recording and share it with you. And hopefully you'll love it. So this is a Vin-Yin class, so vinyasa mixed with yin yoga. And our theme tonight is water-inspired flow. So it's for balance, rebalance, restoration, nourishment, and purifying. Tonight we'll also walk through and connect with a mudra. So mudras are focal points for our hands, and they can be connected with aspects of healing and support for us. So we are all, and our Mother Earth and all species are made of 5 elements. So first element being earth. So we have physical components of our human body. Second component being water. So earth is our pinky. Water is our pinky. Let's do that backwards. Water is our pinky. Earth is our ring finger. Ether is our middle finger, and air is our pointer finger. I may have those backwards, so full disclosure of vulnerability. Sometimes I memorize them and then have them backwards. And then our thumb is fire. So tonight's mudra, since our class is about water, will be our water mudra. So you will take your pinky finger and fold it into your palm, and take your thumb and rest it on the middle knuckle of your pinky finger. And mudras can be connected, like I said earlier, to aspects of healing. And so in this case, dryness. So we connect with our water element to get rid of dryness anywhere in the mouth, throat, skin, intestines. It can help us with indigestion, constipation, degeneration of joint cartilage, eczema, anything associated with dryness, arthritis, temperature control. It's really good for cramps, hormone imbalances, our menses, and any sort of like tongue disorders. So let's begin by, if you aren't already, come into the mudra and into a comfortable seat. So it can be just an easy seat with crossed legs. You can come in, sit on your heels if that feels more comfortable. You're also welcome to do Baddha Konasana, so feet in prayer pose. Just pick a pose that feels comfortable to you. Go ahead and close your eyes and connect a moment to your breath and to the mudra. And throughout class tonight, we'll also connect with a focal point. And in today's class, because it's about water, the focal point will be fluid. Please remember that anything that I suggest during class as your teacher is an offering. Please always do what feels safe to you. So take a nice deep breath in and exhale your breath out. We're going to connect with something called Ujjayi breath, the ocean sounding breath. And that will help bring to a focal point throughout our class. And you can always come back to this breath. If you aren't familiar with Ujjayi breathing, it is the type of breath where if you think of fogging a mirror and what your breath would sound like when you fog a mirror, so practice that a couple of times. Almost like a Darth Vader, but then you want to do that through your nose. So close your lips, place your tongue on the roof of your mouth, and as you breathe out, picture yourself fogging the mirror. And you hold that physical sensation in the back of your throat as you inhale, and you will then feel like the sounds of the ocean coming in and out as you inhale and exhale. Let's practice that a few times. and feel free to practice Ujjayi breathing throughout class this evening. Go with the flow. As water dances through our limbs, as it flows, moves, and morphs, it reminds us that flow is our natural state. Moving the body in rhythm, going with the flow, and learning to let go are ways to honor the water element within. We always have a choice: to swim against the tide, to cling onto the bank, or to float in synchronicity with our life. When we become like Teflon, nothing sticks, and we do not get stuck. To go with the flow of your life means to accept your life as it is unfolding. It doesn't mean that we don't have daily annoyances and situations that we resist. It's just that we become better at identifying the places that are gritty and stuck. If we examine these places with curiosity, we may find a teaching or a gift. Is it possible that the places you are most stuck are the places where you have the most valuable lessons? Is it possible that where you don't want to flow is where you need to? Some days your life will seem like a riptide, where you are dragged up and down through choppy waters. On other days, it will be a gentle eddy on a clear blue day, where you float seamlessly through life. Be open to them all. Gently begin warming up the body. Again, in a comfortable seat. Props here can be nice. If you want to switch positions and you've been in an easy seat, maybe try the Baddha Konasana, prayer feet, butterfly pose. We'll do a little bit of a flow here. So as you inhale, take your arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, side bend to the left, palm to the earth. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, arms up. We'll repeat that one more time. Side bend to the left. Inhale, arms up. Side bend to the right. Inhale, arms up. Now we'll go with a twist. Twist to the left. So right hand on left knee, left hand behind. Make this one easy. We're just warming up. Inhale, up. Exhale, twist to the right. Repeat one more time. Inhale, arms straight up. Exhale, twist gently to the left. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Now we'll come into a gentle boat pose. So bring your knees together, soles of the feet on the mat, and just grab behind your legs or in front of your knees and lift up into a boat pose. No need to do any more than this right now. And then flow with it. Just lean back a little bit and come forward, almost like having a little cat-cow on your spine. And then when you're ready, come on back to an easy seat. From here, we're going to go into hands and knees, tabletop pose, and we'll do some wrist warm-ups. So often in yoga, we forget about the wrists, and often the feet too. So let's concentrate on some wrists motions. So just remember, let's ground ourselves in our all fours, especially with a flowing class. We want to be able to connect with the structure of the posture and what's safe for the body. So your hands, starfish your hands out, and make sure you have weight in your fingertips throughout the palms of your hands, not just into your wrists, and that'll protect your wrists. Press down in between your pointer finger and your thumb. So press that starfish down there, and you'll really start to feel as you press in there, and then also into all your fingers, a gentle lift into that space. And this is called Hasta Bandha. It's one of the locks of the body where we really feel stable. From here, make sure that your elbows are over top of your wrists, and then your shoulders are over top of your elbows, and then hips over top of your knees, and then you want a pretty flat back. Actually, not a pretty fat back, you want a flat back. And this is a really excellent table pose. So just remember, you can always come back here for grounding. From here, let's do a little bit of stretching into our wrists. So rock forward and back, feeling some stretching in your wrists. And just do that a couple of times, whatever feels good to your body. And then we're gonna rock side to side, feeling gentle stretching in your wrists in the other direction. From here, take both hands and face the fingertips out to the sides of the mats. Maybe a little rocking here, back and forth, forward and back, bringing some stretching into your wrists. And then from here, take your right hand and face it all the way back. It's a lot to do both hands all the way back, so I don't suggest it, but if that's in your practice, you're welcome to do it. For those of us who spend a lot of time on computers, this one can feel really intense. And just remember throughout class, it's really important to connect with your body and listen to your body. And if you're feeling pain, don't do something. Come out of the pose. And always you can come back to a child's pose, an easy seat, whatever feels good to your body. As well is start to notice the difference between what is just discomfort that maybe you don't like and what is actual pain and a signal to your body that you're doing something that's not healthy. And then when you're ready, take that hand and face the fingers back to the front of your mat and do the same thing on the other side. And if movement in this posture feels good, feel free to do that. And then both hands back to the front. Now flip one wrist over. And so the back of your hand is on the mat. And feel that gentle stretch in your wrist. And then flip that hand back over and do the same thing on the other side. Excellent. From here, go ahead and sit up and let's do some stretches on our, since we put a little pressure on our wrist, let's do some circles on our wrists without weight. So just some gentle circles, maybe both at the same time. Go one way and then the other, and then bend and flex the wrists, really getting some movement in there. Shake them out. And then we're gonna come back to tabletop, and remember, starfish hands, really good grounding posture. From here, we are going to do a hydrant dog with some hip circles. So hydrant dog is where really fire up that core. And so you can fire up your mula bandha, which is your pelvic floor, fire up your navel. So really fire up from your, all the way up your spine. So from your belly all the way up. And then that'll really ensure that your back is flat, keep your back safe. And then lift up your right leg and into like a fire hydrant, like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. And from here, you're gonna do some hip circles. Really make that motion, feel and connect with what your body needs right now. And then go in the other direction as well. And then when you're done, right knee goes back down, maybe shake the wrists out a little bit, and let's repeat the same thing on the left side. So fire up the core, the bandhas, and then lift that left leg up like a fire hydrant, and then make some hip circles on the left side. And then circle back into the other direction, just paying attention and noticing what's going on with your body. Does the sides different? How is the flow? Really connecting to the fluidity of the postures this evening. Our next posture is going to be spinal balance. So take your right fingertips and tent them out in front of you. Take your left foot and put it back behind you, toes bent. From here, this is great. And if you want a little bit more, lift your left leg up and back and your right leg out in front, your right arm up in front, and your thumbs to the ceiling. And then from here, if you want, curl it in, and reach it out. And just do that 2 times. And hand back down to the earth. Repeat the same thing on the other side. Take your left fingertips out in front, your right foot back, toes tucked under, and this is perfect, just right here. And if you'd like a little more, left arm goes up, right leg goes up and back, spinal balance, and then curl it in twice. Inhale. And then when you're ready, come on back to all fours. Now let's go into puppy pose. So child's pose is most folks are pretty familiar with. Puppy pose is different because we aren't going back onto our hips. We are leaving our hips above our knees, and then we're putting our hands out in front of us. So similar to what we just did, but both hands out in front and palms on the earth. If you want to slide back because your hands are off the mat, that's fine, but it's safe to have your hands off the mat here because we aren't going to do anything that'll make you slip and slide. Then from here, drop your chest down to the earth. For me, forehead on the earth is plenty. My shoulders are very tight. Some people can get their chin on the earth, but please be mindful and safe for your body. So mimicking a puppy dog in play. Maybe connect back to your Ujjayi breath if it got away from you. And one more deep breath in. Exhale it out. And then come on back up to hands and knees. And then from here, we're going to go into a yogic squat. So step your right foot out wide on your mat, toes turned at a diagonal. Left foot out front of your mat. Drop your hips, yogic squat. Block is a great option here to put underneath of your hips if you'd like a little bit more support. Take your right hand, place it down onto the earth, lift up for a yogic squat twist. Come back, hands together, and then repeat. And we'll do that one more time on each side, going at your own pace. From here, we're going to come into a crescent lunge. So take that left leg, first put your hands on the earth, take that left leg, step it back. Right foot turns into the front, so toes facing the front of the mat. Left knee down, and then arms up on Jnanasana, crescent lunge. Little fluidity here. If you want to with your arms up, feel free. You can just gently rock forward and back. If it's too much pressure on your knee, make sure that you either roll up your mat or place a blanket underneath your knee. And then also, props are awesome. So you can take the same fluid motion using the blocks. And remove your props and push them out to the side. Take that right foot, diagonal it out to the front of your mat, and then lift up your back knee and step that left foot forward, yogic squat. If you want the block, great. We'll do a little flow here. Hands, right fingertips to the earth, left arm up, twist. Hands come back to prayer. Left hand, right arm up. And then come on back to prayer. And then repeat it on the other one more time. Really balancing, feeling the motion in your body, feeling it move through your body. And then from here, let's just connect back to our mudra, Varun mudra. Thumb, the second knuckle on your pinky finger. And notice as your hands go into the mudra, does anything shift for you? How are you feeling? Hands come back to heart. Place your hands on the earth. This time step your right foot back, right knee to the earth. Straighten out your left foot. Arms up, crescent lunge on Jnanasana. From here, a little bit of fluid movement getting into those hips. Arms can stay up. Props are also really nice if you prefer. And then when you feel ready, move your props to the side and tuck your back toes under, lift up your back knee, step your right foot forward, lift up halfway, fold over, hands to the earth, and then inhale, arms up, look up, and I realize I've got an opportunity here to learn a little bit more. Let me slide this back. I'm sorry if I'm making anyone dizzy. Hopefully this is enough. Yeah, so hopefully you can still hear me too. Let's take a moment to ground into mountain pose. Come into your feet and toes facing forward. Rock a little bit side to side, front and back. And as you do that, you'll start to notice where you feel most stable in your balance and in your body, and find that place and really balance into all those corners of your feet. Gently lift up your toes and then place them back onto the earth. Lift your knees up and that'll fire up your legs, really stabilizing. Engage Mula Bandha, your pelvic floor lock. Uddiyana Bandha, your navel lock, and that you can do that by zipping up your spine. Your pelvic floor, you can really engage that by pretending like you're stopping your stream of urine. Take your shoulders, lift them up by your ears, and drop them down your back, palms facing forward. And then imagine that you're lifting your crown to the sky. Always feel safe to rest in mountain posture. Check in with your body. And then take that Varan Mudra. Take your thumb, place it on the second knuckle, or in between the second and the knuckles of your pinky. And connect with your Ujjayi breath. We're going to do a couple of sun salutations here. So sun salutation A. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold over, hands to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, step it back into plank pose on your knees for your first go round. And then for your first go round, drop all the way down to your belly into cobra. And then exhale, come through tabletop to lift your hips back up to the sky. That option is always available to you for a sun salutation, and it's a wonderful way to move through the posture. Inhale, look forward, step forward, flat back. Exhale, fold over, hands to the earth. Inhale, circle through the arms up to the sky. Grab all of that sunshine. Bring it right down into your heart. Hands down to your side. Varan Mudra. Connect with your body, check in. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold over, hands to the earth. Feel free to go at your own pace. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, and yogi's choice here, knees or not. If you're in high plank, drop it down into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, really focusing on your tailbone, lifting those hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, step, walk or hop forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over, hands to the earth. Inhale, circle, sweep your arms up to the sky, look up. And then exhale, hands through prayer, down into Varan Mudra. On our next sun salutation, we're going to vary it out just a little bit and get a little bit more of a water flow going on. So inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold over, hands to the earth. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, hands back down to the earth. Step it back. Plank pose, knees or not, yogi's choice. Chaturanga or cobra. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, that right leg up and back. Exhale, right leg steps all the way through. Left heel goes down to the earth. Foot goes out to the back foot, out to the diagonal. lift those arms up, warrior one. Exhale, open up into warrior two. Inhale, reach it back, peaceful warrior. And then exhale, come all the way through to side angle. Inhale, lift it back up to warrior two. And then take those toes, turn them in and face the side wall to your left. Arms up, star pose. My back is to you, could be a little awkward, but we'll give it a whirl since I'm new at this. From here, we're going to do 3 lion's breaths into goddess pose. So let's first practice goddess pose. Toes turn out to the side, bend your knees down into a squat, and then your arms out into cactus arms. And then from here, we can take that Varan Mudra. Okay. So inhale, come up to star pose. Exhale it out, lion's breath. Lion's breath is where you stick out your tongue. Inhale, up to star, exhale. Take that at your own pace, however many you need. Then when you're finished, come back to star pose. From here, you're going to turn into warrior two on the opposite side. So I'm going to flip around. Should have done that the other way. Sorry, y'all. Learning this whole video thing on the fly. So left foot faces forward. In this case, your left foot's going to be facing back, and come into warrior two on the other side. And ideally, you're facing the back of your mat, but I totally understand with the video thing, it can get a little weird. And then from here, we will go ahead and come into side angle pose, and then lift back up into peaceful warrior. Come back into warrior two, and then lift that back heel up. Come first into crescent lunge, and then back down into warrior one if you're in warrior one versus crescent lunge. And then from here, exhale, hands down to the earth. Step your left leg back into plank, chaturanga or cobra, upward dog, and downward facing dog. Oh, chaturanga, then cobra. Sorry, y'all. And then inhale, come to the front of your mat, flat back. Exhale, fold over, hands to the earth. Inhale, circle sweep arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands down to the earth. One more quick thing. I told you 60 minutes, but okay, good. Just want to make sure my time is off. Thanks for understanding, Ripley. Okay, so from here, we are going to do one sun salutation C, which is also, so the first sun salutation that we did was a water flow sun salutation, a modification of A. Now we're going to do sun salutation C. So we start off very similarly. Inhale, circle swing the arms up, overhead, look up at your hands. Exhale, hands down to the earth. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, step just right foot back, right knee to the earth. Lift the arms up overhead, crescent lunge. From here, you can do some of those flows that we were doing into our hip. Open up the hip. Blocks or not, totally up to you. And if you feel like you'd like to try a half split, then come all the way back, lift the toes up off the mat and come into a half split. Then when you're ready, come all the way forward, move the blocks out of the way. Hands down to the earth, lift up the back knee, step left leg back, downward facing dog. Drop your knees out wide on your mat. Snake your body through into cobra. And then make your way to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, right leg all the way through. Left knee to the earth. Inhale up, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down to the earth. Inhale, pick up the back knee, and then step the left foot forward to match the right. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold over, hands to the earth. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up to the sky. And then exhale, hands down to the heart. And then to Varan Mudra. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up, look up. Exhale, fold over, hands to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot steps back, left knee to the earth. Inhale, arms up, crescent lunge. Exhale, fold over, hands down to the earth. Lift up that back knee. Step that right leg back. Oh, shoot. Oh, I forgot the movements. Sorry about that. Grab your blocks if you like. If not, no big deal. And then this time, go ahead and rock back and forth, really opening up that hip since we're a little bit warm. Now's a great time to potentially consider coming into half split. As you're in the half split, just take a moment to connect with the Ujjayi breathing. And then when you're ready, hands back down to the earth, pick up the back knee, step the right foot back, downward facing dog. Drop both knees out wide on the mat, snake the body through into cobra pose, and then lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Left foot up and back. Exhale, step the left foot all the way through. Right knee to the earth, arms up, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down to the earth. Lift up the right knee. Step the right foot forward to match the left. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold over, hands to the earth. Inhale, circle sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale. Hands down through heart center. Back to mountain. Varan Mudra. Ujjayi breath. Connect to the water within you and the water around you. From here, circle swing your arms up over your head, and we'll do side bends either side. You can do this with your hands up, hands together in prayer. You can grab one wrist, totally up to you, or you can actually do this hands down by your side. Whatever your choice is just great. So inhale, lift the crown of the head up, and exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, crown lifts, spine lengthens. Exhale, maybe drop just a tiny bit more. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, maybe a tiny bit more. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift all the way back up. Repeat the same motion on the other side. Inhale, crown lifts, spine long. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, crown lifts, spine long. Exhale, bend. And then one more. Inhale. And exhale, maybe a tiny bit more. And then when you're ready, inhale back up. And take a moment to check in with your body. Go ahead and grab a sip of water if you like. And then from here, we're going to start moving into a couple of seated poses. We're going to do a pigeon and then give you an offering to take a few moments to do some motions for yourself, if that feels good to you, and then we'll start moving into our yin portion of class. Sorry, throat was getting dry there. So from here, we're gonna come into our pigeon pose. So come back into a downward facing dog. If you'd like to do a full sun salutation A, go for it. Otherwise, we'll meet in down dog. And when you're ready, that right leg lifts up and back, and then bring the right knee forward, lift it way up, and then drop the right knee to the earth to do a pigeon pose on the right side. Any option here, it's great for you. Use props if props feel good to you. Maybe a block under your hip if it's way lifted off the mat. You can also have a bolster or a blanket. And then you're gonna inhale, lift the crown up, and exhale, fold over. Listening to your body, getting a nice stretch in that right hip. Stillness is great, and motion is great too. Whatever feels good to your body and whatever variation feels good to you today in your pigeon pose. And our next inhale, lift up out of your pigeon and lean over to your right side. And then take your left leg and bring it all the way forward around you. We're gonna come into a seated twist. So take your right foot and bring it close to your left hip, and take your left foot and bring it up and over your right thigh. Take a nice deep inhale. As you do so, lengthen the spine, lift the crown to the ceiling, and hug your left knee into your body as you begin to twist to your left. Place your left hand flat behind your tailbone. Hug your left knee into your body with your right arm. Maybe even take the outside of the right upper arm to the outside of the left thigh. As you inhale, lift up. And as you exhale, twist your thoracic spine, your rib cage. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, open up the chest and the heart and the shoulder. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look behind you. Again, choose whatever focal point feels right for you in these postures. And then on your next exhale, twist all the way back around to the front, and maybe take a counter stretch. Both hands down and outside the right hip, counter stretch. From here, take that left foot and the left shin and bring it close to the front of your mat, and then shoot that right leg behind you, coming into pigeon on the left side. If you want to go back and do a vinyasa, totally open to that too. And then inhale, lift the crown up, and then exhale, fold over, surrendering into your pigeon pose. Maybe a fluid pigeon, maybe with props, whatever feels good to your body. Another deep breath in. Exhale it out. And then inhale, lift back out. Tilt towards your left side and bring that right foot all the way back, all the way in front of you. Take your sole of your foot to the mat. Take your left heel and snug it up against your right hip, and your left knee will face a little bit forward. Take your sole of your right foot, lift it up over your left knee, and then take a nice inhale and lengthen your spine, lift your crown to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, hug that left knee in, take that right hand, place it flat behind your tailbone. Inhale, long spine, crown lifts. Maybe that gives you an opportunity to take that left upper arm and put it outside of the right knee. And then inhale as you lift, exhale, twist back. Twist the shoulder now. Inhale, lift up. Maybe look behind you. Couple of breaths here. And then on your next exhale, come back to center. Counter stretch to take both palms outside of your left hip. From here, take a moment or two if you would like to do any other postures before we begin to slow down. Grab your water and have it nearby. And maybe today stillness feels good. That your water is very calm and peaceful. And you can see your reflection. Come to a comfortable seat, maybe easy seat, whatever feels good for you. And go ahead and grab your water. As today's class is about water, let's just take a moment and celebrate and have gratitude for the water that's within us, that sustains our life, for the water that's around us, that allows us to feel joy, feel relaxed, for the water that we are able to drink, especially with our privilege in this country to have access to fresh, clean water at the drop of a faucet. And just take a moment as you sip on your water to feel gratitude for the water itself, the ability to drink the water, whatever is coming up for you in this moment. And then allow your hands to rest on your knees and come back to Varan Mudra. Closing your eyes for a soft gaze in front of you. And take a moment to notice the effects of your practice and effort. Notice any changes in your body, your energy. Feeling that water that just went in your body, coming in and through and nourishing your body. And now we're transitioning from muscles and movement to connective tissues and holding poses for longer. Slowing down, creating space to gaze inward, allowing for deep connection. Our first yin posture tonight will be supported dragonfly. So we're going to take a wide-legged seated position. Take the flesh out from underneath your sits bones, and then grab your props. Probably should have told you all at the beginning of class, props are necessary, but assuming that you're practicing this somewhere in your home, even just take a moment to grab some pillows. I've done this with pillows from the couch, pillows from the bed, blanket from the bed, whatever you have around you. You don't need blocks, you don't need a bolster, just whatever you have available to you. And then when you're ready, we will be in this pose for a minute, for a few minutes actually, as this is a yin posture. So for me, I know that my body is pretty inflexible physically, and so I will have lots of props, but for some folks, depending on your flexibility, you may need less props. So take whatever props you need to be able to lay and rest your upper body as you are in this wide leg forward fold. We go to deep waters to be cleansed in their silence. On your next inhale, rise up and take your props and place them off to the side. You will need your bolster for the next pose. We're going to come into supported child's pose. So go ahead and get yourself in your hands and knees and grab your bolster wherever it is and bring that into you. There's a couple of options, and if you know this pose, just feel free to go right into it. And if you don't know the pose, that's okay. So from here, you will use either your bolster to lay your body down into, and or you can use a block underneath your bolster, and that allows you a space to put your arms. So take your knees out wide around your bolster, and take a nice deep inhale. Lengthening your spine, crown lifts, and as you exhale, fold over your bolster. Take your head to one side on your ear, and then if you're using the block, you can take your arms and hug the bolster, but it's totally up to you. If you don't have the block, arms could be out in front of you, arms could be by your sides, whatever feels good to you. And you do have the option of placing your forehead on the bolster as well. Take a moment to connect to the water. Connect to the water within you. Connect to the water around you. We are like islands in the sea, separate on the surface, but connected on the deep. William James. If you have your head to the side, go ahead and shift it to the other side. When you're ready, gently press yourself up off your bolster and move your bolster to the side. We are going to move our way into our final resting posture. You have two options here. You can take a traditional Savasana or corpse pose where you lay on your back, or you can take Makarasana on your belly in crocodile pose. So most of us are more familiar with Savasana, so please feel free to use props, maybe a bolster underneath your knees, maybe a blanket over your hips, maybe cover yourself up with a blanket, whatever feels good to you. You can even take a Baddha Konasana, feet in prayer, butterfly, maybe some blocks or pillows underneath your knees for support. If you would like to try a belly Savasana or a crocodile or a Makarasana, gently place yourself all the way on your belly onto the floor. Forearms in front of you, and then forehead down on your forearms. From here, it's a time for complete surrender. Both of these poses allow for the nervous system to calm, and it allows you time to absorb all the benefits of your practice, helping you relax, improving sleep, and bringing feelings of peace. Allow your body to soften and feel the connection to the earth and be nourished and held by it and the waters flowing through it. Flowing with your breath like the tides with the moon. All parts of you deeply relaxing. In the ocean, I slip from my skin into the soul of the sea. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. Rumi. as our time in Savasana comes to an end, come back to the room, wiggling your fingers and your toes, feeling your breath come in and out. When you're ready, roll over onto your right or left side into the fetal position. And this time for rebirth. Use your hands to gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat, coming to this into your own time, no rush. We will end our practice together with the sound of Om. This sacred sound represents the universal vibration and connects us to each other. Tonight, allow it to be fluid and flow like water. We will do 3 rounds together. Start with a full deep breath in and out. Maybe hands in Vara Mudra. Deep breath in. May the flow of Om vibrations and your practice tonight continue to resonate within you and through you, flowing with the tides. The love and light in me honors and connects to and sees the love and light in you. I'm so beyond grateful and honored to share this space with you today. Thank you for showing up for yourself today. Om Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste.